Guesty.
Yeah.
Ron.
Yeah. Are we back?
We are back, Guesty.
I was just, like you say, in the earlier introduction, I was just saying about the weekend, about how we managed to still be top of the league this evening, and I'd got as far as Leeds Blackburn. Leeds took 7,500, 8,000 to Ewood Park, obviously with the hopes high that they were going to go back to the top of the league. Didn't quite work out. Two old Middlesbrough old boys, Tony Mowbray, Danny Graham, done a job on him, done a good job on him, done the Boro a massive favour and managed to keep Boro top of the league. So, like you say, Rob came round our house about 3:15, and at that time we were still top of the league. 3:20, and at that time we were still top of the league. Done a little bit of a show, and half-time scores came in. West Brom was still drawing nothing each with Wigan. Come 5:15, by the time I'd finished and got in and checked the results, Wigan had done a job on West Brom. Happy days. 5 o'clock Saturday night, still top of the league. Like you say, we've been waiting a long time. 4 or 5 weeks to go top of the league. We kept blowing it, you know. I'd said to Neil Bowser earlier on when he was going into the ground that we were bottling it. Then I sat down and I watched the Derby County Sheffield United game. Good game. Like you say, looking forward to Derby County coming next Saturday because they've got some great players on show. Derby County took a really, really early lead, so it looked like everything was going to go our way. Like you say, Sheffield United being the team they are, they don't draw many games. I think they've won 8, drew 1 and lost 4, so Sheffield United were going to go all out for the win once it equalised. And then Derby County scored an absolutely fantastic winner with some young lad that got from Peterborough, I believe, for £5 million. And he looked a right handful. He scored an absolutely brilliant goal. So we were top of the league. We're still top of the league. So we go into Tuesday now, the team to be shot at. Like I say, if there's any questions coming in, if you want to send us some questions in and have a talk about the weekend, have a talk about how good our defence is. Somebody's asked today, is Ayala and Flint all that because he doesn't fancy them? Unbelievable. Like you say, our defence, we've got a Rolls-Royce defence at the moment. Doing the interviews, you know things must be going right because I think Friday night George didn't get no grief whatsoever. You know what I mean? So I've got some questions coming in here. One sec. Good evening, Daz. Any questions, mate? Laughed me head off when that happened. Liam Ely, all right, Guesty. Good that Sheffield United lost from Soul Starling. Good evening, Soul Starling. Thanks for joining us again. Fahim Majid, my G. Good evening, mate. Walton Plaz, yeah, up the effing Borough, mate. I won't say it because it's a Sunday night. Yeah, any questions, lads? Yes, Guesty is in the Longlands. Transfer use. Middlesbrough could benefit if Everton opt to allow Kieran Dowell to make a loan move in January. I don't know who Kieran Dowell is. Soul Starling, so enlighten me. Does football stand seems to think we'll struggle against Derby? We're a big, strong, physical side. Derby, like you say, have a lot of attractive footballers. They've got that kid there from Chelsea. They've got, I forget the young kid's name. Who was it? Been there a couple of seasons now. I can't think of his name offhand. But Derby look quite lightweight. Tim Huddleston if he can get his foot on the ball, he'll dominate the midfield. But I think we'll overpower Derby, and we owe him one for the way we performed against them last season. And I can't see Tony Pulis allowing that to happen against Derby. Tuesday, Rotherham, I don't think they've won 1 in 6. I think they've only won two games all season. They're the games we have to be winning now. The 3 teams at the bottom of the league, we've played them 3 all away from home, and we've took 5 points off them. So we're struggling to score goals at home. So hopefully Tuesday night can kickstart our strikers, and hopefully Braithwaite will start Tuesday. But I don't know how he's going to fit him in, because he's been raving about Downing and how good Besic were Friday night. So we'll just have to wait and see what he picks on Tuesday. Ryan FC, what do you think of Besic as an overall player? If Besic plays like that every week, like he did Friday night, we're in for a treat, mate. He got the ball, he ran with the ball. It reminded me of, like, say, I don't want to class him the same, but it reminded me of a similar performance as David Beckham had put in for England, where everyone's just going through the motions, and you need one player just to take the game by the scruff of the neck, which Besic did. He got the ball, he ran with the ball, he even passed the ball at the right time Friday night, and that's the only fault with Besic's game at the moment. When he gets the ball, he's a bit slow releasing it. He takes it deep into the opponent's half, but sometimes he just hangs onto it just that little bit too long. But Besic is an overall player. He's going to be a star for us, and he's going to be one. Maybe we're going to be, singing his name for a while, and then we'll remember him long into the future for the job that he done for the Boro. Bob the Builder, is this a Q&A? What's happening at the Longlands? No, it's not it is a bit of a Q&A, Bob the Builder. I don't know what's happening at the Longlands. There's only me and Rob here at the moment, but I dare say once the doors are open, the crowds will come flying in. Ryan FC, if anyone wants to come to our friendly match against Daryl's team, please let us know. Not us, him. Something about follow Twitter for updates for Saul Starling. Some Arsenal chat here. I'm not going to talk about them. Saul Starling, Besic is a midfielder. Like you said, is anybody still disappointed with the way we played Friday night? Because there's still been a few people saying that they want Clayton out. For me, Clayton's been absolutely outstanding this season. He's been one of our best players, along with Howson. They're just, like you say, they just shore up our midfield so well. And Clayton's even more forward thinking this season. He likes to pass the ball forward. He's not been instructed by the manager most probably. Just retain possession, pass it sideways, pass it backwards, go back in between the centre halves. Let's just keep possession. Clayton's actually playing some decent through balls to our forwards. So I'd hate to see Clayton dropped. He's playing really well. Fahim Majid, at the moment our midfield needs to support Britt. I felt sorry for him. Why can't we do that at the beginning of the match? Us and the Boro Fan TV team have said during August, before we made the signings, we had Lewis Wing, and Lewis Wing seemed to knit our midfield with Braithwaite and Assombalonga, and it took away a bit of our focus on the wings, where we didn't have to be getting crosses in. We could go through the middle. We could, Wing was there, if you like. Wing was in the hole to supply Braithwaite and Assombalonga, and it's no surprise that Braithwaite hasn't scored since August when Wing was in the side, you know what I mean? So, yeah, there's still that massive gap between Assombalonga and our midfield. Johnny Howson tries really hard to get beyond Assombalonga, but sometimes his starting position's way too deep. So Britt works his absolute socks off for that team, and like you say, he could do with a bit of support. Hopefully, if Braithwaite is back in Tuesday, them two can start knit it off again. Just have a look here. Bob the Builder saying something about our full-backs. The full-backs worry me against the better teams like we saw at Forest. They'll get caught out, still lacking something out wide and up front. I totally agree, Bob. Our full-backs, well, one, Shotton, he's a centre-half, doing an excellent job for me, filling in that full-back. He hasn't been at his best for the last few games, but has he got the pace to get up and down? I don't think so. We do get caught back out at our full-back, in the full-back area of the pitch. That's why it was so disappointing that we sold Cyrus Christie, because he had the legs to get up and down. Like you say, I don't know whether it's the way Shotton runs and the manner in which he moves on the pitch that he looks like he's not giving his all. But believe me, I think Ryan Shotton, since Adama left, has been one of our best players. But like you say, he's hit a sticky patch at the moment. And yeah, we do get caught out against the better teams. George, you can't knock George. It feels like he's been here forever. He's still getting up and down. His legs are going, but he's still giving it 100% for the Borough. He's club captain now, and he's still got that famous chop inside, which I can't believe he still gets away with. But yeah, our full-backs do concern me, and definitely, most definitely, we need to get some wide players in, or have a look at what's in the youth setup to see if there's anyone there who can just give us a bit of pace to get beyond the Sombalonga and get beyond opponents' back four. See if there's any more coming in. Walton Plaz. Why did we get rid of Ben Gibson and Adama and Bamford? Branford, he said, but I know what he means. Let's look, like you say, them three players, Adama, Gibson and Bamford. I think, and I don't, like you say, let me know if I'm wrong, Gibson's only played 2 games for Burnley and they were in the Europa League. Ben Gibson wanted to go to play Premiership football. He wanted to go because Gareth Southgate's going through a period now where he's picking young lads to play for England. And, he wanted to further his career. He wanted to go play in the Premier League. And it hasn't worked out for him. I don't know whether he's injured or not, or whether Dyche just doesn't fancy him anymore. I said when he left, he was only going there to make the squad numbers up for the Europa League. Now they're out. Is he just going to be, is he just going to be a squad member? Is he going to find a regular place? He's definitely been... We definitely haven't missed him, because of Flint coming in, and him and Flint and Ayala, Rolls Royce centre halves. So we haven't missed him. Adama going was a massive blow, but it's opened up other avenues within the team. We've got so many different options in attack when we are attacking, when we are on the front foot, like i.e. Friday night, 20-30 minutes in the second half. We are as exciting as any team you could want to watch when we're going forward. So, no, Adama wanted to go as well. He wanted to play in the Premier League. He's gone on to score his first Premier League game. And he's not getting a start. They've started with the same team for 9 games in a row now, I think. So, he's still on the fringes. So, yeah, I don't think that hasn't been the move which he wanted, or... It hasn't worked out for him yet, but like you say, he's getting game time, he's creating chances, but he still can't find his way into the first team. And Patrick Bamford going to Leeds, I won't say a note about that. Like you say, he scored 2, didn't he? I think he scored 2, then he's crocked again. Craig Walton, I don't know what you're on about there, mate, so I can't see. It corrected it. Someone's agreeing with Jack Hunt. I don't know what Jack Hunt was saying. Well, you're all having your own conversations on here. There's been a few digs, a few skits at the Borough with pictures on football away days appearing on Facebook from the Borough crowd on Friday night at Sheffield Wednesday. 1,500 went. or maybe there's a few more, and we were sat right in the middle of it, and it felt a lot more than 1,500 because we, you know, the racket and the singing and the noise that the Boro Way support give the team on Friday night was unbelievable. For the away games this season, that's been the best atmosphere I've been in, apart from the last 10 minutes against Millwall. But Friday night, like you say, 12 man's there, Red Army's there, Boro Fan TV's there, and you know, all the Boro faithful away fans are there, all the normal faces, and we got a treat. So all these pictures that's going up, there was 1,500 Boro fans there. It was on a Friday night. It was live on Sky. The tickets for away games are still way too expensive for the Championship. So for them 1,500 people to turn out on a Friday night, fair play to them, and like you say, credit for how they sang and how they got the team over the line for the 3 points. Let's hope we can create an atmosphere like that in home games, because it was non-stop from start to finish, singing wall-to-wall Boro fans, singing their hearts out for the lads.
Sky had a lot to do with our attendance.
Yes,
as well.
Sky has a lot to do with the attendance. Like you say, games like that, when they're on Sky, you said in the van, them tickets should be reduced to £10 or £15.
Yeah, they should be at least half price.
Or Sky should put the free travel on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it was that bad. Remember when we were walking to get the equipment?
Yeah.
And we seen someone sat in. They're about 10 foot away from the turnstiles. And
there's a street runs alongside Hillsborough, and me and Rob go for the equipment. And when we're coming back, there's a house closer to the ground than the corner flag, and the guy sat in his front room watching Sheffield Wednesday, and the game's going on in his back garden.
He can hear the crowd from his window. He must be able to.
Yeah, absolutely mental.
Now, they're the sort of fans that you can have a little pop at.
Someone's blocked someone. I don't know what they've done.
Yeah, I agree with that. Cheers, Sol.
What? Agree with what?
Why he blocked him.
What were it? Oh, what? On our stream?
Sol blocked Chaz, I think.
Giving us a bit of grief, Rob.
Well, not you, no. He was giving Dazza a bit of grief.
All right.
So, get it ready.
Bob the Builder, chances to make a gap on teams playing Wednesday. Like you say, Tuesday night. Do you know what? For some reason, I've got 2-2 stuck in my head, because it's against teams like this, the Boro, you know, we just don't seem to get over the line. Like you say, we've played the bottom three all away, and we've took 5 points. We've won at Ipswich, we've drew at Millwall, and we drew at Hull. So let's Tony Pulis, let's go out now and give a team a good eye, and let's get 4 or 5. You know what I mean? Let's do what we've done in the games where we've won comfortable. Let's go score 2-3 goals in a burst over a 10-15 minute period, and let's just keep going for goals. Let's send, you know, let's try and get that Riverside, more people coming to see entertaining football. We failed to score against Swansea. We failed to score against Forest. We only beat West Brom 1-0, obviously, which was a tough game. But people want to come to the Riverside and want to see attacking, entertaining football. I know there's people in the crowd who'll be quite happy to just see a 1-0 win. You know, a scruffy, scrappy 1-0 win, as long as the Boro win. Yeah, we'd all like that. But it's the people who don't come every week, who, you know, maybe saved up, or a birthday present, and they've had the chance to go to the Riverside for 30 quid, and there's been saved up dross, and they're not going to come back. We need these people back. We're top of the league. We're playing Rotherham Tuesday night. We're top of the league. Let's get 27,000 people there.
Never mind that. Let's sell it out.
Yeah, well.
Ideally, it's going to be nigh impossible.
Yeah.
But
let's just try and get some bums on seats.
Definitely. Even if you don't even support the Boro, just come and see what it's like.
Fahim Majid, how on earth did Ayala get away with a red card? What's worrying me about Ayala? He seems to be doing it every game now, and he's getting away with it. So, you know, he's getting away with this. Maybe it's when we're 1-0, 2-0, or we're comfortable. And he would get... What's worrying me is when we're playing at the top teams, if we're against a West Brom, a Leeds, a Stoke, a Villa, and he does something silly like that in a high-profile game, he's going to get the card, he's going to get the red card, and it's going to leave us, you know, in big games where the points are precious, he's going to leave us in a vulnerable position. So that's up to Pulis to have a word with him. We don't want to take his aggression away, but he's doing so much silly every game. He's done so much stupid in the whole game, which cost us 3 points. You know, he just needs to reel it in. He's an experienced centre-half now. He doesn't need to be going round elbowing people. I've never seen it personally myself, but, you know...
It'd have been a harsh red card.
Would it? Have you seen it, Rob?
Yeah, I have seen it, yeah.
So, when was it? Was it on that goalmouth scramble or something?
No,
or?
it was about 10 minutes before that, mate.
Right.
Just before we were leaving, you know, when we were in the concourse, and I'd popped up to see it just then. It's you could see a yellow card being given, but I don't know if it was fully intentional elbow in the face.
Right.
But that might be just me and my Boro fan showing through.
I'm just having a scroll through here to see if there's any more questions coming. Patrick Wheatley, Guesty 3-0, Tuesday, Saturday 2-0. Daz's turning up with his Halloween and... Alright, I'm turning up on Halloween in a Boro shirt, not any costume. Yeah, don't blame you. Why should you? How old are you? Oliver Drake, bullhammer elbow. Enlighten me, please. Bob the Builder, am I dressing up for the Palace game? Yeah, I'm dressing up, Bob. I'm putting my Boro top on, my joggies on, my white trainees, and I'll be well wrapped up, not well dressed up, mate. I might bring a turnip or a pumpkin, whatever you call them now.
Also known as AJT.
Yeah, we bring the pumpkin, AJ. Yeah, let's dress AJT up. Any suggestions what we should dress AJT up in?
Right, this is what we'll do, everybody. We'll pretend we're going to dress up for the Palace game, and we'll tell AJ we're going to.
Liam Moore, I guess you're a Leeds fan. Begging for attendances, Tin Pot. No, I'm not begging for attendances. I just want the team who we all love, the team that we love, to get, you know, for Middlesbrough to get behind them. We're top of the league, mate. You know, I had a Leeds fan telling me we won't be top of the league for long, but you Leeds fans know all about that because it's already happened to you. So can you please tell me how bad it feels when you're not top of the league anymore? You know, because I'd like to know when I'm going to feel some pain before I get it, you know what I mean? So you Leeds fans, let me know what it feels like not being top of the league at the moment because, you know, we're top at the moment, yous aren't. Any more questions? Any more coming in? Daz's football stand leads a crap. Yep. Bluebirds 26. Hello, mate. Good win yesterday for you lot. First win of the season, eh? So, is Mr. Warnock gonna keep you up now? Couldn't score and you go in bag 4 yesterday, mate.
Apparently we won't become Wednesday, eh?
Liam Moore, you won't become Wednesday. Well, I think you play Ipswich Wednesday, we play Rotherham Tuesday. So if I'm going to put a double on, I'll put Middlesbrough Leeds on because they've got to be 2 gimmies, mate. You have to be, you know, you're at home against Ipswich. We're at home against Rotherham. Both down there in the doldrums. So, yeah, both teams should be looking at 3 points. But if you're good at maths, Liam, if we both get 3 points, that still makes us top of the league come Wednesday, mate.
And also, what's all these Leeds fans fighting with each other in the stands? What's all that about? We'll call you Aston Villa next.
There used to be a show on the BBC years ago, and there was a character in it. Now, I've got to say this really slowly because I don't want to swear. Yeah. And I think those Leeds fans on Saturday who were fighting with each other are Cupid stunts.
Right, yeah.
I got it.
You did very well there, mate.
You know what I mean?
The pronunciation.
Yeah. Ground. Now Liam's talking properly to me. Liam, we have a shocking home record against Ipswich, so don't back us. Are we, Liam? You're playing some of the best football you've played for years. Ipswich, we were there the other week, and, you know, they're no great shake, so I get where you're coming from. We all have teams like that who we fear playing because we don't have such a good record against them, but I think you'll batter them on Wednesday night.
Caden Jackson's someone to worry about.
We seen Caden Jackson playing at Accrington, and I believe we were actually looking at him. That's why we went to Accrington in a pre-season friendly, and he is really good. He had a decent game against us the other week down there in Suffolk. But yeah, he's one to watch if he's selected. But I wouldn't be too worried about Ipswich, mate. Harris Ali, come on, brother. Smash Rotherham, he said. Yeah, well, we won't talk about that, mate. About who's one of their own, mate. Patrick Wheatley, Guesty, do we need players in January? If so, who do you think? I'd like to see, there was talk of him coming back in September. I'd like to see Adoma come back, because I can't see... I don't know what he's been doing at Villa. I haven't been following him much. We just need some wide players, and if we can get him to someone who come back to the club, who knows the club, who knows what it means to the fans to put in a good display, which, you know, he was electric when he was at the Boro. You know, could do with him back. He'd be a good signing.
Who would you drop for him?
Who would I drop for him? Oh, God. Like you say, we've got Lewis Wing and Tav at the moment, and we can't drop no one to get them in. So, you know...
There's nobody in our starting 11 that I'd drop completely out the team.
No.
They'd have to go to the bench.
Like you say, George has had some stick this year. People are still giving Clayton stick, but we're top of the league, man.
I know,
and we're there every game.
We're top of the league without playing excellent.
Which says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. Because
is that down to the manager? Is that down to team spirit? The team spirit was there to see, you know, when they were all binding on the scrum.
Yeah, that was funny, that.
On the goal line.
He was just pushing the team out, wasn't he?
Clayton, yeah, he was pushing the team out with his ponytail, wasn't he?
Yeah. I've never seen no like that.
You know, he had his man bun stuck right into the back of someone. Well, someone fast with skill, I think.
Me.
Walton Plaza saying, hang on, I'll just go to this next one. Would you keep the same team Tuesday or put Braithwaite in? I've just read a piece there in the Gazette tonight. I thought Braithwaite was injured because Pulis had said in his conference that the players who would come back from international duty, McNair, Braithwaite, Besic, and who was the other one? Can't think of that.
Was McNair on international duty?
Yeah, with Northern Ireland.
He better not have been.
Yeah, with Northern Ireland.
He's been injured since he came, hasn't he?
I thought Braithwaite was injured, but I've just read a piece there in the Gazette where it wasn't by choice, it just popped up on my Facebook, the Gazette, saying that he told Braithwaite to take the weekend off to clear his head because he's a vital part of our team for next week. So that's telling me he could be playing on Tuesday. But who's he going to leave out? Because he said Stewie Downing and Howson, when they check the running stats, they'll be at the top. Every week, Howson and Downing are at the top of his running stats. And every week, Tony Pulis is telling us, Boro fans, how good of a player is Stewie Downing.
Yeah, but to be fair, the linesmen do a lot of run. I wouldn't start him on the wing.
What we said about Stewie Downing is, he's that good, right? He gets sloppy now and again because he's that good, right? And I totally agree with you, Tony. He is that good. And the mistakes he makes is because he's too good for everyone else.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
So
you can have that theory.
Volcano missed. We cannot drop down, and no way, mate, can we? I totally agree. Scott McGuinness, are you optimistic about the season? What is it now? Nearly the end of October. Clocks go back next week. If we are still in this position come January, yeah, I will be, you know what I mean? And if we can get a couple of signings in, that'll just send the expectations through the roof. And we only beat Sheffield Wednesday the other night to go top of the league, and the reaction of the fans...
Oh, we've already won the league.
The reaction of the fans when they came out, and the way the mob does, it's fantastic. So God help us if we win the league.
The open top bus has already been booked, Albert.
If we win the league, someone else can do Boro Fan TV because I'm not getting jumped on again. I was black and blue when I got home, mate. It was funny as. Braithwaite is fit. Yeah, we know he's fit, mate. Like you say, I've just read the Gazette saying that he'd give him a rest to clear his head because he'd been away. Aris Ali, where is AJT? Exactly. Has anybody seen AJT? Because he knew we were supposed to be doing this, but I'm not going to say we can't find him because God, you couldn't lose that. But
especially with that jacket he's got.
If anybody's seen AJT, can you please tell him to get in touch because I haven't got a clue where he is.
Take a picture of him and tag us in it.
Yeah, like you say, if you see him roaming about anywhere in the woods or out like that, take a picture of him and send it on to us. Liam Moore, West Brom will win the league.
No.
And playoffs for Boro. Looks like West Brom are going through the same problems as every team in that league. They put 3 or 4 games together. You think they're going to start bossing the league, and then they come off the rails against Wigan. And the biggest surprise in that game, because they've been scoring goals for fun, Wigan walked away with a clean sheet. So I think it's going to be really interesting this season because have we seen the best of Aston Villa yet? Have we seen the best of Stoke yet?
I don't think we've seen the best of anyone other than Leeds.
Yeah, Stoke are on 18 points, so they're only, 7 points behind? They're 17 or 18 points. So, they're not far behind us. Stoke are on 17. Birmingham, who've only lost 2 games, are on 18. Villa are on 18. So they're all still within touching distance at the top of the league.
Did you see that post another Boro platform put up today?
Saul Starling, I'm going off you, mate. Guesty to return.
What?
We seen him warming up the other night. I was a bit worried in case he got a knock. You know what I mean?
We seen him getting dropped off, didn't we, by the ambulance?
Kia no 4, Stoke no chance, Villa definitely up there. When you look at Stoke, the goalkeeper, Charlie Adam, Crouchy, they've still got a decent squad. And, once we went through the same as Stoke last season where we seemed to win a game, lose a game, where we were favourites to go up. And we managed to get into the playoffs. That was after sacking our manager, though, but I think they are going to have to get rid of the manager and bring someone in for them to progress. But I still wouldn't write Stoke off at the moment. Swansea, playing pretty football, but I don't know whether their manager has the know-how or the credentials for them to push for promotion.
Pretty football doesn't work in the Championship.
Not now it doesn't.
No.
So, if we're still there at January, I'll be absolutely over the moon.
I think you get a lot less time on the ball in the Championship than in the Premiership.
What?
You get more time on the ball in the Premiership than you do in the Championship.
Patrick Wheatley, Boro will win the league and I think Norwich will finish second. When we went to Norwich, God, I think they were in the bottom 4. I think they had 5 points from their first, 5 games?
Oh, yeah, because AJ said that it would be the only 3 points they get all season,
yeah,
and they were already on 5.
And they've just gone on a tremendous run. They beat Karanka's Notts Forest on Saturday, coming from a goal behind. Did anybody see that stat which Rob shared? And it was mentioned on Quest last night on the highlight show. I think it's something like 67 games since 2015 or something.
Yeah, well, we've took the
where
lead.
The Boro have when the Boro have took the lead in a game, they've never lost it. And out of them 67 games, they've drew 5 and won 62. So, that's how important the first goal is to us.
You have to credit Karanka for a lot of that as well, because a lot of them games were under Karanka.
Yeah, in the main game under Karanka, he lost.
He got us promoted.
He got us promoted on the back of 4 draws.
Yeah, but he didn't get us relegated though, did he?
He got us promoted on the back of 4. He did get us relegated.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he did.
No, that was all Agnew, that, mate.
No,
all Agnew.
No, he got us relegated, mate.
Karanka got us up, and we
if
were still in the Premier League.
If he'd continued the way he was after Christmas like he did up until Christmas. We beat Swansea at home 3-0. You know,
we weren't even in the bottom three when Kranker got sacked, mate.
Oh, he needed sacking after the playoffs, mate.
We'd have been in Europe. No, I'm joking.
Philly Conway. All right, lads, how you doing? Really good, Phil. How are you, mate?
We're going to have to go.
Owen McAvoy. Guesty, keep going with the Boro Fan TV and you will progress, mate. That's down to you, lads. That's down to the Boro fans, how far they want this show to go. This is down to everyone who goes to the Riverside and away games, how far this forum can go, because we all love it. We love providing this service for every Boro fan to come on and take part. We support every other group, every other people who...
And a big shout out as well to the 12th man and Fly Me to the Moon, who made the trip to...
Sheffield Wednesday,
yeah,
on Friday night, yeah. Look, like you say, people say we're one big happy family at the Riverside. Let's prove it. Let's just all get on the back of this. And if we're absolutely brilliant, come on and tell us. And if we're rubbish, come on and tell us. You know, people come on quite regular, and their views and their opinions change week in, week out, because they're going to games, and, you know, they've paid the money, so that they're entitled to their opinion. People watching the TV at home, if you want to jump in your car and come down, you were entitled to your opinion as well. Right, I'm going, because school tomorrow. Get the kids to school, and don't forget, have a look back at the interviews, have a look back at my review of Friday night, and get yourself over to Facebook, have a look at the work that Boro Fan TV are doing on there. Subscribe on here,